So, I'm going to analyze right now. I'm going to show you the game from the 5th round of the top league of the Women's Chess Championship of Kyrgyzstan 2024. This tournament was a kind of a qualification qualification stage, and I finished second and qualified to the Superfinal of the Women's Chess Championship of Kyrgyzstan 2024. So now I'm going to show you the game from the 5th round. I managed to win first 4 games in that tournament, so I had 4 out of 4. I was super happy. And yeah, in the 5th round, I played against one of the strongest players in this tournament. And unfortunately, I lost that game. Wonderful, congrats, thank you. I have a feeling, I had a feeling during the game, I had a feeling that my opponent was preparing. She was preparing, and she prepared like something special for that game. And I'm going to show you what she did. Why I felt this? Because first of all, she played all her moves very quickly, and after making like 10 or 12 moves, only then she started thinking. So that is why I had a feeling that she knew well what she was going to play. So I played with black pieces, and my opponent played with white. She started with e4, c5. As always, I played my Sicilian defense. Knight f3, e6, knight c3. I played a6. She played d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4. I was thinking about b5 or queen c7, because these are my main moves in this line. But decided not to play this early b5 move, but just play queen c7. She played g3. Knight f6. She plays bishop g2. I played knight c6. My opponent castles. Bishop e7. Bishop e3. And I castled. And I felt fine about this position. I think it's a normal position in the Sicilian defense. Computer is saying that it's Sicilian defense Taimanov, Bastrikov variation. Never heard this. Never heard this name. I mean Bastrikov variation. And at this moment, try to guess which move my opponent played. I was expecting everything, like knight takes c6. I was expecting f4 first of all, something like queen d2 or queen e2, but my opponent surprised me. f4. Yes, this is a move. This is a move I was expecting, but she didn't play this move. e5, f4. Well, f4, she didn't play f4. e5 immediately is not possible because pawn on e5 will be hanging. I can take it with knight or with queen. Yeah, I also never heard. And why they give these names to these little lines? Queen g4 would be a big surprise. Queen g4, yes, would be a big surprise because of knight takes g4. Bishop f4, bishop f4. Yes, after bishop f4, what can I play? I think I can just play d6. I think, yes, I was also prepared for this move. Probably e5 is not too good, because if bishop e4, e5, knight first take. Although maybe bishop f4 is not so good because of e5. Knight d5 is not possible. I will just take, and then her pieces will be hanging. And if she takes on c6, I can just take with d pawn, for example, and this pawn will be protecting d5 square. Bishop will be hanging. The diagonal will be open for my bishop. So I think that bishop f4 is not that good move. Knight b3. Knight b3 looks like also normal, but maybe like modest move. I don't know. King h1, king h1. No, she didn't play all those moves. She played something different. She played g4. Yes, she surprised me with this move. I don't say that my knowledge of theory is that good. No, on the contrary, but I didn't expect this move from my opponent. Yeah, she played g4. And of course, by playing this move, she made me think. That is a very courageous move. I think nowadays it's it's popular to make moves like this, and I cannot say that I got. She wants to play g5. Yeah, she wants to attack me on the king side, and she wants to, maybe push g5 and get even more space, and all my pieces will be very passive, on the 7th and the 6th lines. Now knight takes, bishop takes. She wants to scare you. Yes, exactly. Knight takes knight and then e5. Yeah, I just need to be careful because if I take, I don't know, bishop takes, and if I play e5, yeah, the bishop will move back, and then she will be threatening to push g5 and completely take control over this d5 square. And I'm not sure that I want to play a position like this. Even if it's not so good move. Yes, exactly, because actually computer, at least chess.com engine, is not recommending g4, but computer is recommending queen e2, knight c6, or f4. When she plays g4, computer given little minus to white, minus 0.13, but still, usually white has advantage. In the opening, white has a small plus. So yes, she surprised me. She made me feel a bit uncomfortable, and I spent quite a lot of time thinking. I played 95. I saw this game. I didn't make a super proper analysis myself, but when I played this game and when I came back home, I checked the game with the computer. I don't remember exactly what was computer suggesting that time, but now I see that computer is saying that the move I played is actually the first line, is the first line, and I played 95. And computer is saying that this is the best move in this position. Yeah, I played 95, attacking this pawn, plus maybe moving or planning to move to c4. I was not quite sure. I think I was ready to... first of all, I'm attacking this pawn, and imagine that it's my moves, and knight takes this pawn, and I'm threatening to give checkmate on h2. So I was not afraid of g5, I think, again, because of, if I remember correctly, maybe even because of knight e to g4. But I need to calculate. It's, this continuation needs to be calculated properly, because I have this hanging knight. I'm not allowed to move it back anymore, because then my knight on g4 will be hanging. Computer is saying that rook e1 can be played, so after queen h2, just king f1, there is no checkmate, my knight is hanging, I cannot move it back because this one will be hanging, so knight e3 needs to be played. So all this needs to be calculated properly, and I don't know, I don't actually remember what I was thinking, because already, 1.5 weeks passed already. And after g5, what I was planning to do, I was planning to play knight. Maybe I was just planning to play knight e8, maybe. I was probably not afraid of f4 because of knight c4. Can't tell exactly, I must say. So yeah, but okay, I was ready. I had something. I had a plan against g5. But also, what surprised me, not surprised me, but by this time I already I felt that she was well prepared. That she prepared this line against me, and when I played 95, she spent just a couple of seconds or half a minute to play h3. She played this move very quickly, so I could feel once again that this all was prepared and she knew what she was doing. Computer here is recommending to push b5. But again, I need to calculate. Okay, probably b5 in this moment is safe. It's not dangerous. Yes, I need to be careful because there is a move f4, but I can just play knight c4 and there is no time for e5 attacking here because my knight is attacking her bishop on e3 with this fork. So she doesn't have time to, she probably needs to, I don't even know. So b5 was possible. What I want to say is that b5 immediately was possible. But instead of playing b5, I played knight c4. b5 makes sense. You need to develop the bishop. Yeah. I played knight c4, attacking her bishop, attacking her pawn, and again she played very, very quickly. She played bishop c1. All these moves were played very quickly, and it's also it's also psychological pressure on your opponent because when you see that your opponent makes moves so fast, you feel that, or you have an impression that your opponent knows what he or she is doing, knows that well, and you are the one who needs to solve problems. What time control was it? It's a standard time control, 90 minutes for 40 moves, and then extra half an hour till the end of the game. There is a lot of psychology involved. Yes, that's true. So she played bishop c1 quickly, and now I played rook b8. So now b5 is not possible because immediate b5 is not possible because of e5, I believe, attacking my bishop and attacking the rook. So I played rook b8. I didn't feel very comfortable about this move because I had a feeling that yes, there is some kind of attack on the king side, and I have to make this quiet move because I want to push b5. I also want to have some counter attack. I need to develop my bishop, and put it maybe on this diagonal against that her light square bishop. And yeah, I felt not very excited, but yeah, I made this move rook b8. Computer is saying that the bishop b4 is the best line, or h6 or bishop c5, but I'm not sure that if h6 is a move I want to make. When you play h6, you immediately give your opponent a target, right? If not immediately, she will play this move, but then maybe after f4 or h4, she will play g5. So h6 is more, I think, a computer move than a human move. Yeah, if she plays this fast, your mind is not as courageous and clear. You feel under continuous threat. Is it okay to look angry in match when you play over the board? Well, no one prohibits you to look to look the way you want. I think that it's okay to look it's okay to look angry. It's better to look angry rather than to look scared, because if you look scared, you give your opponent even greater feeling of confidence. So, okay, so I played rook b8. I played rook b8, she played king h1. All right, she also needed to spend some time for some quiet moves like this one, because I believe that she was preparing some f4 move, and she didn't want to have her king on this diagonal. And I also remember that I think starting from this point, when I played rook b8, she finally started thinking, at least a little bit. Rook b8 feels slow. I agree. I was not happy about this move too much. Hello, привет, YouTube. Who wrote my first chess book said it was important to look threatening. Important to look threatening. Yeah. All those pawns pushed are really weakening the white king. Look really happy, like you have amazing position. What was wrong with d6? What was wrong with d6? At what point? At this point? You know what was wrong in d6? Okay, now I start. I remember right now my thoughts. Why I didn't want all this time? Why I didn't want to push d6 pawn? I lost this game, so I don't say that moves I made are good ones. Those are good moves. Maybe to play d6 is not a bad move, and maybe even better move than the move I played. Just one of the reasons why I just remember my way of thinking, and one of the reasons why I didn't. Why, for example, at this moment when she played h3, I played here and she played here, why I didn't want to push d6. I wanted to have this diagonal open for my bishop, and in some cases, if, for example, white pushes f4, so I can have some bishop c5. No, I'm not saying that I want to play this move immediately, but maybe at some point. And yes, I wanted to keep these dark squares, open. d6 instead of rook b8. Maybe. I lost this game. Maybe. Okay, for example, right now, computer is saying bishop b4 is the best move, or bishop c5 is the best move, second line. Rook b8, no. Rook b8, computer is not recommending to play this move. I'm sorry, guys. I will just quickly promote my moves. h3. Yes, h3, knight c4, bishop c1, rook b8, and king h1 was played. There is a theory: when attacked on the flank, fight back in the center. Yes, that's right. There is such a theory. When, yeah. Just a bit difficult to attack in the center. d5, I believe, is not possible. Okay, maybe okay. I can play this move, and I can see what computer is saying. After d6, computer is recommending to push g5 or to push f4 already, because there is no this bishop c5 anymore. Maybe giving white a little advantage, not super advantage, plus 0.17. But still, I'm not saying I'm not saying that this is a bad move, but yeah, this was just my way of thinking. So I played rook b8, she played king h1, and I played b5. She plays g5. I play knight e8, and after knight e8, she plays f4. Tempo lost. Well, looks unpleasant, isn't it? Even though computer is given little minus to white. Maybe the reason for that is because I don't even know. But in order to prove that I have that the position is equal, or that I have little advantage. I need to make super good correct moves, which not always easy. Maybe it's worth sacrificing a pawn to catch up with development and have a compensation of their weak king. Maybe. Of course, it's very unpleasant that when you are under attack, when your opponent pushing all the pawns on the king side, all my pieces look passive. I was at least happy that my knight is on c4 and I have some kind of activity on the queen side. I'm not saying that I'm going to create a big attack on the queen side, but at least. I can finally maybe put my bishop on b7 and, put some pressure on the pawn on e4 and maybe, I'll be fine because okay, yes, it looks scary, but I'm not losing yet, and I don't see at this very moment I don't see big threats from my opponent. It's because we are human and are not as good at defending as attacking. It's easier to attack. Right. So f4 was played. I pushed b4. I remember why I decided to play this move, because I just wanted to maybe at some point push d5. I just wanted this knight to be somewhere there rather than here. Protecting his pawn on e4, attacking this d5 square. So that's why I pushed b4 first, knight c2, e2, and then I played, I was thinking that I played bishop b7, but no, I played f6. I remember my feelings at this moment. When I played f6, I actually felt quite, I cannot say that I relaxed at this moment, but I remember that I thought, my position is actually not that bad. It's difficult, but the Sicilian defense is not an easy opening. And okay, she pushed all her pawns, but now I'm trying to break her pawn chain, and my king looks at the moment more or less safe. Yes, I have some activity, so I felt okay. I thought, no, I will be fine. I'm not going to lose this game. So f6, she played h4. I also remember, when you're playing the game, when you play an OTB game, you also you feel your opponent, you read your opponent, right? So when in the very beginning she played all her moves very quickly, and she looked really very confident. It was a bit stressful for me, but in the middle of the game, I felt that she was looking for all those moves. So I had a feeling that she was not so happy with her position, and she was not so confident anymore as she was in the very beginning when she knew all her moves. So h4, I played bishop b7. She played queen e1. I played g6. Yeah, I played g6. Probably this g6 was not a good move. Computer is recommending rook c8, which is a very bit unclear for me, like nowhere move. Computer is recommending knight e to d6. Okay, this move makes sense because by playing this move, I'm attacking the pawn. Also, computer is recommending bishop c5. Okay, also probably some pressure on this knight. Not sure. Among all those moves, I can understand this move because of this pressure. I can't tell you exactly why I didn't make this move. Not sure, maybe because I was thinking that if I play here, then knight g3 will be played anyway, pawn on e4 will be protected. What am I going to do next? I'm not sure. Knight e to d6 makes sense, you improve your knight. Rook c8 just following the principle of keeping rooks on the open or semi-open files. But yeah, maybe, but on the other hand, there is some... White has a plan. White is attacking on the king side. It's not the right time to improve position of my pieces. I don't know. Okay, I played g6. What I was thinking, why I made this move, I cannot tell you right now. After some time, I don't really remember why I played this move. Maybe because I wanted to put my knight on g7 and stop her pawns from advancing to the 5th rank. Maybe because I wanted to push e5, and that's why I played g6 in order not to let her knight jump to f5. Can't tell you exactly right now. Maybe I didn't want her to push h5. Rook c8 puts pressure on c2 with having your pawns on b4. Not so easy to keep attacking and protect all those weaknesses. I don't like g6, no offense. Well, I'm not offended because I'm not very impressed about this move, especially now when after 1.5 weeks, 1.5 weeks ago, when I played this game, maybe I could share some feelings, some thoughts about this move. Now I don't really remember why I played this move, g6. Maybe because I'm just assuming that maybe because I wanted to play knight g7. I have a message on YouTube. Hello, Aleksandra. My teacher many years was Zhanybekova Samaganova, who is my father. And him, hello, my name is Bondarenko Vladimir. Bondarenko Vladimir, oh my God. That's nice. Здравствуйте, очень приятно. Bolot Samaganov is my dad, and yes, many years ago he was working as a coach. My mom is a coach, as a chess coach. My dad was a coach, but my dad stopped working as a coach many years ago. So it's funny to meet his former students. Wow. Okay, I continue talking about my game. So I played g6, probably because I wanted to put my knight on g7. She played knight g3. By the way, all this time, computer, I can share the, you can right now here see the evaluation of the computer. So you see the computer actually given quite big minus already to white. So I can think that I was doing everything right, more or less. So after knight g3, I played f takes g, f takes g5, h takes g5, and I pushed a5. Oh, again, why? Why I took on g5? Why I didn't play? Computer is recommending knight g7, or actually second line f takes g5. For some reason I didn't play knight g7, but I did play f takes g5. This move is of course not that move is not possible. This move is possible, but it's not dangerous at all. It's not dangerous at all. So the best continuation for white would be to play h takes g5. And now, instead of probably playing knight g7, I still cannot understand why I didn't play this move. I don't remember. And I played a move which is actually recommended as a second line by the engine, but probably, this was move number 20, and I spent quite a lot of time on thinking on my moves in the opening stage. And I can say that I didn't have that much time remaining at this moment, and I still needed to make 20 moves, and I don't remember how much time I had at this moment, but probably not that much time. And I played e5. The thing is that if she takes, it's not a good move. It's not a good move because, computer is not recommending, but I was planning actually to take with queen. Well, computer thinking that this is not a very good move. But okay, knight g7 is good, rook takes f1, or knight takes e5 is okay. Queen takes e5 is not so good, but I was actually planning to make this move. But the problem is that after e5, she played the move, which I saw. I was also expecting it, but I was like hoping that she would not play it. Try to guess how white played at this moment. If you play with white pieces, how would you play? f5. Don't forget that your knight is hanging on d4. You see, your brain is burning just by looking at chess game, but can you imagine how stressful it is when you actually playing an important game in an important tournament? Cabby Chess, good morning, hello. I thought it was a surprising move. It's kind of a surprising move, yes. But I saw this move, I was expecting this move. Is it white to move here? Yes, it's white to move here. You should, Paul, you just need to forget about this bad experience. We all have bad experiences. Even Magnus, I think, I'm sure that even Magnus has sometimes has bad tournaments, bad games, but we should just forget. Otherwise, competitive chess is not for us. And actually, Paul, you are right. She played knight d to f5, and I was a little bit afraid of this move because, yeah, she's sacrificing a piece, but I thought, no, she will not play it. I hope that she will not play it because I don't want to solve this position. But she played it, knight d to f5. Oh, that's okay. Okay, Magnus doesn't lose to 12,000, but okay, you remember the story when Magnus lost to the guy from Kazakhstan just because that guy was wearing watch, right? I'm sure that he was not happy to lose that game, but she forgot about it. He forgot about it, and I would have to have a long thinking before playing that. My opponent didn't spend that much time thinking on this move. Yes, she spent some time, but it was not 20 or even 10 minutes. Maybe she spent like 5 or 7 minutes thinking. I don't remember exactly how much. And she played it. Okay, what to do? She has a very good knight on f5, very annoying knight, and I thought that I cannot ignore it, I need to take, and this good knight is going to jump to h6. So I had only one chance, and one option I think is to accept this sacrifice. So g takes f5, knight takes f5. Now she has a very unpleasant knight on f5, and I play d5. Computer, I right now look at the computer's evaluation, and computer is recommending this move as a first move, as a first line. I was already in time pressure. Just a second, I just want to promote this line. I was in the time pressure, and I didn't have that much time calculating, evaluating this position, but I thought I cannot make passive moves. I need to do some, you know, I need to create some counter attack or something. So I push d5. She plays b3. My problem is that I was not prepared. I was not prepared for all her threats, and maybe even I didn't feel all her resources, because not only she has this very active knight on f5 and queen is going to come maybe here, but also she has this bishop, which is very unpleasant for me, and she's ready to push, and that is why she played this b3. I think that I even didn't feel immediately why she played this move, because I thought, okay, she's just attacking the knight, but no, her probably main plan was to develop her bishop and attack my king side. What does computer say if you don't accept the sacrifice and just allow that knight there? Computer is recommended to accept this sacrifice. Yes, this is the best continuation. Otherwise, she plays knight h6 and it is going to be really bad. You think so? Because I think that she will put this knight on h6, and if she wants to sacrifice it again, or one of her knights, she will do it, but she will do it with her knight already on h6. You see the evaluation here. G takes f5 is the best move, bishop c5 was possible, or d5 was also possible. No. So I took knight takes, I play d5, she plays b3. Knight b6, why is knight b6 not a move? Knight b6 is probably a move. I was just again worried that my pieces will be too far from the king side, and I played knight d6, trying to exchange this knight. Computer doesn't like this move. Computer is recommending to forget about this knight apparently, and to play d takes e4, attacking the knight this way, and knight e7, queen e7, and then bishop takes e4. So to forget about this knight, forget about this extra piece, because I'm piece up, and to give it back to my opponent, this extra piece. So d takes e4 was the best. Knight c to d6 was the second line. Computer is saying right now after some thinking, and this is what I played. She played king knight h6 check. I was thinking about this or this, but I had a feeling it was a little bit unclear to me where to go, but I thought that, okay, king h8 is probably better, because at least in this case, I can put my knight in case of some checks on this diagonal. I can put my knight, I can protect by playing knight g7. So I played king h8. She plays e takes d5. And now I understand that I'm in trouble, even though computer is still given me some advantage and some disadvantage to white pieces, but it was really very difficult to protect, because I can see that this was move number 25. I could remember well that it was already time pressure, and you are in time pressure, your opponent is attacking, not spending too much time. It was really difficult to find good moves, and I didn't manage, didn't cope with that task, I'm afraid. I could see that queen takes e5 is coming, bishop b2 is coming, and I'm in trouble. So I played, after e takes d5, I played e4, and you can see the evaluation. This was a bad move. I was just thinking, I didn't have time to think, I didn't have time to evaluate the position. I just was hoping that maybe if I push this pawn, it will give me some time to protect my king, because I thought that queen e5 is coming with some deadly attack or even checkmate maybe. Tough to defend accurately only if you still had your pawn on g7 still, yes, but unfortunately I didn't have it. I was looking at knight f7. Knight f7, knight f7. Oh, you need to be so careful. But knight f7, maybe bishop b2 was also possible. Let's see what will happen after. Yeah, bishop b2 computer is recommending. Knight g7. Maybe it was possible to defend, but I needed time. But as you know, my love to long thinking, I didn't have this time. And unfortunately, I didn't have this time. I usually don't have enough time at critical moments. So I played e4 quickly. Bishop b2 check. Knight g7 is the only move. She plays queen b4, which was a little bit unexpected for me, because I was expecting everything, but not queen takes b4. I don't know. You know, when your opponent has strong pawns, you're trying to calculate what to see. You're trying to, you know, to figure out what to do if she starts pushing these pawns. You're panicking. Okay, maybe the pawn is hanging on g5. That's why it's not possible to push f5 immediately. But oh my god, it was so difficult, so stressful to play. And she takes queen b4. It was a surprise for me, but okay. But again, it was still difficult to play. I played knight d to f5. She plays queen e1 back. Again, it was a kind of surprise for me. Why is this happening? Because I was like expecting, you know, very strong, super active attack, but I don't know. But it was still good. Queen e1. I take on d5, and she plays c4. This move was completely unexpected also for me, because I thought, why is she not attacking? Why is she like protecting her c2 pawn by playing c4? But later I understood the plan, and it was quite a good move. Maybe, especially when your opponent is in time pressure. She plays c4. I was thinking where to put my bishop. I was thinking about bishop g8, but I didn't want to take probably one last square from my king, even though it is not possible to go to g8 right now because of this knight. So I played back. I played to c6. Let me check. Yes, I played bishop c6. And now she plays bishop c3. And now I understood her plan, because now she put her bishop and queen on one diagonal, putting even more pressure on my knight on g7, on my king on h8. Nothing can stop her now. She has pawn on c4. Those pawns cover her bishop and queen. And I understood her idea. She was cutting off your... Yeah, everything was unexpected. Probably everything was so unexpected because I'm in time trouble. I don't have time to calculate, to predict her moves. Queen c3 is played, and now I make a mistake. I mean, I think after my next move, I will tell you 1, 2, 3, 4 more moves, and I resigned. I got checkmated after 4 moves, actually. The best move in this position was bishop c5. I remember when I came back home after that day, we were analyzing the game with computer, with my mom, and we had a feeling that if I played bishop c5, maybe I still had chances to play for a draw. I don't say that I had chances to play for a win, but to continue fighting. Just play bishop b4, attack queen, make her go away. This is what I was doing. I had the same logic. I thought queen, bishop b4, I'm protecting because I played bishop b4. I'm attacking the queen, I'm protecting my knight. All is good. I'm safe. I'll be fine. Yeah. I was thinking of bishop, yeah, and bishop. Okay, are you higher rated than your mom? My mom is higher rated than me, but my mom is not active player anymore. She like stopped playing chess, but she's higher rated, and she's a women international master. Okay, so the best move, I think, and computer is also saying that move was bishop c5, but I've played bishop b4, attacking the queen, following that logic you just described. But this was a bad move, because she played something unexpected, queen h3, which is a very strong move, and you will understand, or maybe you already see why this move is so good, and or you will see it right now. I play bishop d7, and she plays g6. And I was in real trouble after this g6 move. I play knight d4, attacking the queen. And I hope that you didn't look at the evaluation right now, because now I have a task, I have a question for you. Why to play? Did you see the evaluation? I hope not. Why to play? Find the best move in this position. And share in the chat. Yeah, you see the bar, but you don't see the move. Yeah, evaluation bar is saying that this is the end, and this was the end. Yeah, that's right. Bishop d4, no, bishop d4 is not the best move. Don't forget that your queen is hanging on h3. Yeah, knight f7. Knight f7, Paul, Max and G. Yeah, you guys, you are right. Yes, knight f7. Knight f7, winning. It doesn't matter if I go to g8 or if I take the knight. I think I actually played this move. I took on f7, and yeah, and queen h7 checkmate. So this is how I lost the game. The game was complicated, difficult. And okay, I think that if I played bishop c5, I still had chances for not for a win, but I was still fighting. The thing is that in case of queen h3 right now, I have bishop d4, which is very important because I block this bishop, I protect my king. And g6, I think, is not so dangerous right now because 1 second, I'll tell you why. You see, even now, it's still difficult to find moves. Bishop, actually, computer is saying that knight g3 is the best continuation because queen has to take, and then I take on b2. But you see, even when computer is saying that now white is more than -2, it's still difficult to find moves. You need time. I needed to have time, at least 5 minutes to analyze this position. But when you play with 1 minute on your clock and you still have to make about 10 moves, it's very difficult. So yeah, bishop c5 is not saving the game. It just gives me extra chance to continue fighting, but it doesn't guarantee me a draw or a win because problems are not resolved yet. So the best move here is knight g3. Another option is to play knight e6. No, wait, knight e6. The computer is recommending actually knight e6. And after knight takes f5, bishop b2. Bishop is not protected. DI doesn't extend unless the opponent makes mistake. A couple of places where there were some nice moves, but they looked risky at first glance. The bar says black is completely winning. You see, it's computer evaluation, but we are not computers, and we make mistakes. So even if I played it bishop c5, bishop d4, it was probably still unclear for me. But unfortunately, I made a bad move, which looked good to me, but I lost after a couple of moves. I resigned. I got checkmated. After knight e6, there is no mate on h6 now. Or no, because I think I can take rook takes f7. h7 is protected. So this was a game from. I think when you are checkmated, you cannot resign anymore because you are checkmated already, and no, so that's it. The game is over. Yeah, so this was a game from the 5th round of the top league of the Women's Chess Championship of Kyrgyzstan. This was my the first game I lost in that tournament. Of course, I was quite unhappy. I knew that it would be more difficult for me, much more difficult for me to fight for the first place. But it was still possible to fight for the second or for top 3, right? It's very important, and the most difficult thing is to forget about, to analyze a game, to look at your game again, to analyze your mistakes, and just to forget about it, forget about that bad experience, and to continue fighting, because I still had, how many? 4 more games. I got a chess computer in 1983 and it was quite strong, but there were ways to beat it. Now it is a bit boring to play against Stockfish because we cannot even understand their plan. I agree. Thank you very much for following. Welcome to my channel. Why most of bad luck comes in OTB tournaments? As bad luck can happen also in online chess. Just the difference is when you play online chess, you take it easy. But when you play over the board, it's different. And especially when you play some important event. And that event was important for me because it was a qualification stage. Thank you so much for following. It was a qualification stage and I knew that I need to finish in top 7. Because if I don't finish in top 7, I will not be able to play in the Superfinal. And only Superfinal gives a chance to qualify and to be on the national team and to play in the World Olympiad. So when you play such important tournaments like this one, you have double stress. And when they say that, I was chatting with Tepesno today. He was asking me for a piece of advice for his upcoming tournament tomorrow. And I said, just, try to enjoy. I gave him a piece of advice, which actually I don't like. I don't really like when people say, enjoy the game. How can you enjoy the game? I can enjoy online chess. I can enjoy chess in the bar, but I cannot enjoy chess in such important events. When you play online, the opponent cannot hit you, and you don't see it if they cry. Physical existence of opponent matters. Yeah, true. So yeah. OTB chess is different. That's for sure. Okay, so this was my game. Tomorrow I'm going to stream again, and tomorrow I'm going to show you my game from the 6th round which I managed to win. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my my analysis.